Okay, good evening, Overcomers. Welcome to another session of Overcomer Live with Mickey Miterona and Mark Ballesteros.
Yeah, good evening and Overcomers. Welcome to another episode of Usapang
Usapang
Live!
Live.
Kaya gusto ko magkaroon ng bell
Practicing
dito
natin
eh.
yun, no?
Ting, 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 ting yung bell.
Oh. Parang may trademark na yung bell, pare. May trademark na yun. Baka magalit
Hindi,
sa atin yung...
tayo kasi yung the opposite version noon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Pero bagong lahat, pare, kamusta ang linggo natin, Kim? Kamusta ang linggo?
Okay, so this week was actually okay naman. So, yung week na to, well, for me, uh, paano ko ba sasabihin? Parang medyo slow week siya. Although sa work namin, medyo marami nangyayari. Pero mabagal eh. Ever since naman nung nag-start ng quarantine, parang, alam mo yung ang hindi ko magets, ang hindi ko masyado magets is, mabagal siya na mabilis. Kasi kunyari, mabagal yung araw mo, pero teka lang, tapos na yung August? Alam mo yung ganon?
Pare, oo nga eh, tapos na August. Ako nga actually, I tweeted something the other day, kasi active pa ako sa Twitter. Parang parang nagmuni-muni lang ako. Tapos naisip ko, March, April, May, June, July, August. Pare, we're going into the 6th month na naka-quarantine tayo, pare. Diba? Ang tindi.
Mo, no? Malapit, mag-regular ka na sa pag-ibig.
Kasi regular ka na. Diba? Ganon levels tayo.
So this is probably the, well, hindi lang tayo eh. Marami sa worldwide ang naka-quarantine pa din, 'di ba? Pero this is a global thing eh. So talagang kahit feeling natin hindi na kasi daming tao sa labas, daming sasakyan. But ano pa rin eh, it's still happening. So actually, share ko lang kwento. Yesterday, sinamahan ko yung mom ko mag-grocery. So siya nag-grocery ako, I bought something sa mall. And sabi ko, at least yung mga tao sumusunod. Kasi when I went sa mall, walang tao talaga sa loob. Although it's a weekday, pero walang tao talaga. Sabi ko nga, pag sumitsit ako, rinig ng mga nasa ng mga sales lady. Ganun eh. Kasi talaga walang tao. So sabi ko, at least sumusunod yung mga tao na they stay away. Ganun. So I just went in there quick and then umexit lang din kagad.
Actually ako rin eh.
This week went slow and fast at the same time. Alam mo, gets mo yun. Parang natapos kagad pero day by day mabagal siya.
Yeah, actually ako rin eh, sabi mo pumunta sa mall. Ako kanina pumunta ako mall just to withdraw at saka to buy our weekly necessities. Sobrang eerie feeling na konti lang yung tao. And parang ang ginawa ko nga pagkapunta ko after 30 minutes, ligo agad. Kasi ganun lang eh, para at least safe and then tuloy lang ang takbo ng buhay. Especially with what we are doing right now. So yeah, the week is kinda slow. Ako in my sense naman, slow na nakakapagod because of patapos na yung month. So at work, madaming hinahabol, madaming ginagawa. But I mean, thank God it's Friday.
Busy ka nga this week, isang buong araw bago ako mag-reply eh.
Sobrang ibang levels yung kabisihan ko ngayon, pare. Sobrang
isang araw, kinabukasan mo pa ako na-replyan, pare. Ganun ka busy.
Ibang levels talaga, pare. As in, alam mo naman pag month end talagang ang daming ginagawa, daming hinahabol. So yeah, glad that it's Friday and it's a long weekend again. So sa lahat ng mga nanonood, nakikinig nito, happy long weekend again.
Yes, opo. So diba? Kahit mga naka-work from home, may holiday pa rin yan, no? Although, yung mga usap-usapan lately na, di ba, madalas tayo naka-work from home. So, di ba pag pumapasok ka sa office, pag holiday, gusto mo na sa bahay. Ngayon, ang holiday ng mga naka-work from home, gustong lumabas, no? Okay.
It's the total opposite.
Daming excited na mga mag-beach, daming gusto mamasyal. Pero, hindi natin alam hanggang kailan ba to eh.
Yeah, but tonight's episode is very special talaga, bro. Kasi sa sobrang kabisihan ko, hindi ko na malayan na sobrang align yung topic natin or yung pag-uusapan natin with what's happening to all of us. Not just only from you and from me, but also for everyone. So, Kim, ano ulit ang natin? Topic for tonight?
Actually, itong topic natin for today is a bit sensitive. No? So, it's a sensitive topic pero it's happening with most of the people right now. Minsan kahit hindi natin na-feel or hindi na alam natin hindi mangyayari sa atin, but it happens, no? So ang topic natin for today is about, title ng show natin for today is breathe in, breathe out. Okay? And
Narinig ata nila yung hing-hing ako. Anyway.
Oo nga, naramdaman ko rin eh. So, why breathe in, breathe out? Kasi parang this is sometimes pag, di ba pag kailangan natin mag-slow down a bit, parang kailangan mag-inhale, exhale ka, magpapahinga ka, di ba? So,
actually, naalala ko yung breathe in, breathe out na to pag PE class natin eh, di ba? Bago tayo pag PE class, kunyari, bago tayo mag-basketball or mga activities natin. Okay, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale,
ginagawa natin to, bro, pag nagto-talk tayo sa school, tapos makukulit yung mga bata, okay. Breathe in, breathe out, para mag-focus ulit.
Diba? Actually, true.
But yes, but hindi yun tungkol dito eh. Itong breathe in, breathe out natin na to, it's not about that. So this is a different kind of topic. So ang pag-uusapan kasi natin ngayon is, again, it's a bit sensitive, no? So konting disclaimer lang po, no? So tonight, my dear friends, my dear overcomers, sa lahat na nakikinig, again, hello. Thank you sa mga nanonood ngayon Overcomer Live and sa mga makikinig in the future. So salamat po, no? We're gonna talk about stress and anxiety in the time of pandemic.
Yes.
So sasabihin ko lang po, no? So we're not going to give advice. Hindi po kami magbibigay ng advice because we're not experts, no? We're just going to share yung na-experience namin and what we did to how do we deal with it and how are we still dealing with it. Pero hindi natin siya parang bibigay as an advice, di ba? Parang we'll just share. Kasi it hits us different way in different ways. Kasi when you're locked down, naka-confine ka lang sa bahay, and then i-mix mo pa yung uncertain times, tapos yung danger sa labas, pwedeng may mga kung ano-ano na tayo maisip. During this pandemic, it's a roller coaster of emotions sa mga tao.
Yeah, true.
May halong lungkot, may takot, so di ba, sumagano. And sa ngayon, tonight, we invited a special guest.
Yeah. Diba? He's a good friend of the Overcomer Academy, pare.
Yes,
she's
good friend natin siya.
It's part of this, yeah.
She's in the medical field. No, we'll just give her magbigay ng quick introduction kasi papakwentuhan natin siya, mama. Makakakwentuhan natin siya. She's in the medical field. So mamaya
she's a frontliner, by the way.
So
medical field, diba?
As a frontliner as well. And then she's a she's a CrossFit enthusiast. Bagay, mas malakas magbuhat sa akin to.
Mas kaya nga tayo buhatin ito eh.
Mas malakas magbuhat sa akin to. Mas athletic sa akin to. Ako hindi athletic eh. Mahilig kong workout pero mas malakas siya, no. So she's a good friend of ours. She's a good friend of Overcomer Academy. She's part of Overcomer Academy. We would like to introduce you to our dear friend, Miss Xylene Sangco. Ayun, no?
Hi, Xylene. Good evening.
Hi, Kuya Kimi and Kuya Mark, and to everyone who's watching. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, thank you for inviting us. Alam ko, medyo short notice. Kailan lang ba kita sinabihan? Like 2 days
Tuesday
ago, no? Pero game pa din.
Akala ko nga next week pa, Kuya Kimi.
Diba? Pero thank you for being here.
Nag-uusap lang kami ni Kimi. Para sabi niya, pwede naman si Xylene. Sige, this episode, sige.
Thank God. No?
Available.
Available. So, thank you for joining us. Salamat sa pag-share ng time mo sa amin. Alam ko, medyo hectic ka rin na tao, di ba? So, you're still working and then meron ka pang ibang activities na ginagawa. Pero thank you for sharing your time. Okay,
curious question lang before we go along. Di ba sabi ni Kimi ngayon na CrossFit enthusiast ka? Paano ka nagka-CrossFit ngayon in time of pandemic? Na-curious lang ako.
We invested on a few gym stuff like dumbbell. So instead of the usual workouts with barbell, Kasi sa CrossFit, incorporated yung barbell. So, instead of barbell, we use dumbbells para like space saver, tsaka medyo mura lang. Kasi ang mahal ng barbell and plates, and it needs a place na talagang dapat pwede mag-barbell. Hindi basta-basta pwede saan mag-barbell. So,
Alam mo naman, ibagsak mo sa sofa yun or sa
Yeah.
cabinet, diba? So,
masisira yung bahay.
Titignan ka na magulang mo. Ano yan?
basagin tiles niya sa sala. Tapos, tsaka,
Ano yan?
well, this can be a different topic all over, di ba? Pero, Sai, admit it na totoo na ang hirap mag-exercise sa bahay, no? Parang hindi kagaya na nasa gym, no? Talagang,
Hindi, yes.
Ako, to be honest, may mga araw na talagang pinipilit ko lang eh. So, pinipilit ko lang, parang katamad talaga. Pero, well, kailangan pa rin, di ba? So, this can be a different topic all over. Paano
True. Sige.
Pero, for tonight, yun nga, no? We'll be talking about stress and anxiety na na-feel natin itong time of pandemic. So, we'll be asking you, no, to share with us kung what is your experience papunta dito sa ganitong topic. And pero bago yun, we would like you to, kasi kami nag-introduce sa'yo, no? Pero we'd like to give the floor to you para introduce yourself to our viewers and magiging listeners.
Parang naslambok lang pero just to give our viewers and listeners an idea who is Xylene, what does she do, why are you in the medical industry, mga ganong klase yun.
Mga ganon. So you can start.
Okay, so I'm Xylene Sangco. You can call me Sai for short. So I am a full-time medical technologist, and also as a side hustle, I do social media management and basic content creation. So yun. That's it.
So, wow. Okay, actually hindi ko alam yung hindi ko alam yung social media management. No? So, ano yan? Kailan ka pa nag-start as social media manager?
Actually, it started with Overcomer, and then now I'm starting to cater personal clients.
Nice.
Yeah. So, siguro ang gandang start no, you started out in Overcomer Academy and then you were able to do your side hustles that as a side hustle talaga to other businesses, no? I think it's
especially small businesses. I do offer my service to small businesses to help them.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a good thing, yeah.
Tamang-tama ngayon yan kasi this quarantine season, ang daming nag-boom ng mga small businesses, diba? So,
yeah. We thank you.
Opportunities yan.
We thank you guys for that. Well, ako as a digital marketer, sobrang yun. Malaking bagay, laking ambagan for the industry, yeah. So yeah, Xylene, as we mentioned a while ago, you're a medical technologist. Bakit pinili mong field? I mean, pwede naman maging Bascom o kaya IT, mga ganun. Pero
nasa nyo ba? Nasa family nyo yung may medical background or?
Yeah. Most of my titas are nurses and medyo naging trend sa family. Especially during the time that when I was about to graduate from high school, that was the time that the nursing course was really booming. Kasi ang trajectory is that you'll be going abroad for greener pastures as a nurse. So you work abroad as a nurse. So yun yung trajectory ko rin that time. Pero talagang ang gusto ko is to be a flight attendant. But I'm more of grateful naman na napunta ako sa nursing because I followed my parents. So they really wanted me to take up nursing. So yung nursing, tinake up ko, tapos tinapos ko for them din talaga. And then along the way, nagustuhan ko naman siya, especially during duties. Nung third year na kami, nag-duty na kami sa hospital. So yun, appreciate ko naman siya. And up to now, it's very relevant, especially during this time. And yung medtech, I chanced upon that and I learned about the course medtech during our duty in the hospital. So doon ko nakilala yung mga medtech. So sobrang naging interested ako sa mga medtech.
Nice.
That's why when my dad offered a chance to study again, he
Wow.
he told me before ako mag-work, sabi niya, gusto mo pa ba mag-aral, either masters or another course? And then in my heart, I really wanted to take up masters, pero naalala ko yung medtech. So, sabi niya kasi kapag nagtrabaho ka na, hindi ka na makakapag-aral ulit. Hindi mo nagugusto yung mag-aral ulit. So, that's very true. I can feel it now. So, thank you dahil inoferan ako ng dad ko ng ganong chance. So, yun, I took up medtech and that's what I am practicing as a profession now.
Grabe, double degree pala si Sai, no? Nurse and medtech. Diyos ko Lord.
You also mentioned that you worked as a frontliner nitong mula nung nag-start. So,
Yes, basically somehow pero hindi as like the work that is really in the hospital. It's more of in the field, or during during the lockdown we were placed at emergency operations, mga ganong kind of frontliner duties.
So ano yung mga you're tumatanggap ka ng calls or mga for emergencies, mga ganun ba 'yon?
Yeah, so during that duty, I was assigned sa parang customer service somehow. So we answer calls from all clients. So yun pa yung kasagsagan ng COVID-19 na pataas yung cases natin. Sobrang, it was a 24-hour duty and I only slept for around 30 minutes. Ganon karami yung calls. As in,
30
ganon.
Hindi ka makakatulog nun
Pare, power nap lang yun. Diyos ko Lord.
Ganon karami yung calls during that duty. And
yeah,
it was really heartbreaking, most of it.
Calls na yun, like yung, for example, mayroong problema sa ganitong lugar.
It was some were inquiries for COVID. For example, I've been exposed to a positive patient. What do I do? Or most of the calls are really asking for assistance because they need help with looking for a hospital for their mom who's a senior citizen, and they're currently at the emergency room of a hospital, and there's no more COVID bed available.
Wow.
Most
So
of the calls were mostly like that. So
that was around March, April yun, pare. Yung kasagsagan.
Nakakastress yung ganung klaseng mga inquiries,
Yes, it is. Sobra.
Actually, to those who are viewing and watching it right now, yung una naming yung pre-usapang life namin ni Kimmy is about life before, during, and after pandemic, 'di ba? Or quarantine. Ito parang na-mention niya yung life before quarantine, she's doing as a medtech. Tapos during pandemic, ito yung matindi. As in, talaga absorbing all the inquiries about COVID, saan sila pwede pumunta and all. So it's very draining, if that's the right word. So how do you deal it nung mga first few weeks? Sai? How do you deal it nung nangyayari yung ganito sitwasyon sa country natin?
It really caused me anxiety. The first time I've ever experienced anxiety. It was mild, but it was really very uncomfortable, to the point na usually if I go on a night duty, pag uwi ko sa bahay, mag-freshen up lang ako, tapos makakatulog na ako agad. I'm a sleeper. So, pero during that duty, after the 24 hours, hindi talaga ako nakakatulog agad. So much things on my head, and on my heart, it was really heavy. Ang bigat-bigat niya. And apart from that, I was getting paranoid for my family and my friends, because I kind of have an overview of the current situation during that time that not most of the people are not aware of, because they're on a lockdown and all they know is what is on the news. So parang for me, everything was on my head and on my heart, that it really boiled up into an anxiety na sobrang takot ko for like around 1 to 2 weeks. Ganyan. So it was really constant during that time. But I had to fight it off. I had to for family because they're relying to me. They're asking me, what do we do? Ganito yung sitwasyon. Paano natin mapoprotect yung family? Ganyan. So, it was hard.
Yes, I can imagine. Mahirap siya talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi nung mag-start tayo nung quarantine, actually, nagkaroon na ng news about the COVID wave mga February pa, di ba? So,
January pa nga eh. Pare,
diba? So,
January pa
pero
nga.
hindi pa naman masyadong, it's not that hindi siniseryoso, pero hindi pa siya ganun pumapasok sa utak natin eh. But,
Yeah, true.
mag-announce na yung government na will be going on lockdown. So, doon na feel ng mga tao na talagang, okay, ito na yon, matindi na to. And then, doon din nag-start yung work must and emergency
Yeah.
Emergency
Emergency operations.
operations. Tapos, and since we're talking about anxiety and stress, can you share with us ano yung na-feel mo talaga nung, di ba sabi mo you're scared? Pero,
I think yung pwede niya i-share yung yung what can be shared. I think yung anxiety kasi is very different from everyone else. So, how do you feel during those times? Yung ano yung nangyayari during anxiety, something like that? Yeah.
ano yung na-feel mo?
Okay, so I could remember yung sinasabi ni Kuya Kimi na parang before March, parang may mga news na may COVID outside the Philippines. I was actually anticipating it to be coming over here in the Philippines and happening to us. Pero parang hindi ko siya iniisip na parang it was not really something that I was thinking na every time yun yung iniisip ko, unlike during the pandemic itself. Pero I was anticipating it to happen. Pero during nung March, naalala ko pa yung first news na meron ng COVID positive dito sa Pilipinas. Nasa bus ako noon. During papuntang work, it was very, very vivid. Kasi doon ako nag-formulate ng reminder sa family ko na hand washing, tapos mag-mask, alcohol, and stuff like that. Tapos naalala ko pa, I rushed into Bambang to buy masks for the family. Nag-hoard ako ng alcohol. Nag-hoard ako ng Lysol. During that time, Kuya Kimi, hindi pa nagkakaubusan. Pero parang in-anticipate ko to myself na feeling ko mauubos to in no time. Dahil nga, nag-boom na agad yung news na meron ng isang case dito sa Philippines. And knowing a virus, it's very easy to disseminate a virus. Yeah. Very, very easy. So that's why in-anticipate ko siya. So, nung na-lockdown tayo, doon nag-build up na lahat ng stress ko and lahat ng fears ko. Because, yun nga, iniisip ko talaga yung family ko. I know I can protect myself. Because I know, ever since pag nagko-commute ako, nagmamask talaga ako. Or when I go to work, nagmamask talaga ako. Because I understand bacteria and virus, yung mga droplets and stuff like that. Pero paano yung family members ko na hindi naman nila masyado naiintindihan? So that the fear was really coming from that. And what if mahawa sila? Knowing na wala ng hospitals, knowing na sobrang full yung hospitals during that time, saan sila ilalagay if magkaroon ng merong magkaroon ng COVID sa family. So it was really fear, intense fear na hindi ko na handle for myself. I usually am able to handle fear and stress kasi nga sanay ako na lahat ng, for example, if my family needs something, say pwede pakiayos tong papers na to, say pabili nito, lahat parang kaya kong gawin for them and for myself ng sabay-sabay, ganyan. Pero ito is something that I can't control anymore. So yung fear na wala kang magawa kundi sobrang minimal ng pwede mong magawa. So, yun, yung fear was really building up, and the anxiety just really was there. And mahirap matulog, sobrang paranoid with everything. And very uncomfortable to the point na I had to really push myself to do something. It was during that time din na the fees, yung service ko for fees was transitioning online. So there were so many work needed for that. And then we had to also report for duty for 24 hours. I was preparing for that. So ang hirap, especially for someone na hindi mahilig mag-open up to people. Actually, I think that's also one reason why it built up that much, because I wasn't really telling anyone, as in anyone talaga. I tried to keep it to myself. I tried to handle it.
Yes,
So,
okay, so nga no, actually it's actually true. I can relate to that. Pero how are you? Of course, hindi naman siya nawala kagad, no? How are you dealing with it now? Na 5 months na tayo, 'di ba? So and
6 months na next month.
6 months na, 'di ba? So,
Congratulations.
so now, well, actually, after during the ECQ, I learned slowly how to handle it, because yun nga, sabi ko nga, it's the first time that I've experienced anxiety, and it was very uncomfortable. And one thing that really worked for me and is really being implemented by me every time the anxiety was trying to creep up was, number one, to acknowledge that it's starting again. It's starting to be present. The anxiety is there again. So acknowledge it and share it to someone. It's really very important to have someone na mapagsasabihan mo. So I kind of have trust issues. So ano ko yan, medyo problem ko din with myself that I really don't share much to people. So I found one friend, Alice Viterbo is that friend na sobrang naka-help talaga, because I know that she was really just listening to me and not judging me at all. So I really shared to her if I feel anxiety, if I need prayers. Yun, it really helped me to have that person. And also, I try to remember that during this pandemic, it's really mostly you can control things. So don't try to control the things that you can't control, because it will really cause you stress, and then the anxiety, and then the panic attack, and so on and so forth. So habang maliit pa, try to really address it.
yes. Gusto ko yung sinabi mo na yun, no? Na-acknowledge. Okay, kasi thank you Sai for sharing, oh. Grabe.
I got speechless, pare. Seryoso.
Wala na ako. Kasi actually yung yung ina-experience si Sai, talagang mas-stress ka. Kasi you're hearing a lot of things from people na sila nasi-stress. Yung mga nakakausap mo nasi-stress, tas sasabihin nila sa'yo, tas pati ikaw masi-stress na rin. So talagang it's tough. And itong quarantine na to, di ba sabi mo, Sai, it's the first time that you've experienced that kind of anxiety. Kasi, well, I had experience din, no? So share ko lang din, no? So this quarantine, nung nag-start, hindi naman sa binabrush off ko, I'm not careless or carefree, pero nag-iingat na din. Pero usually I don't mind. Yung parang hindi, okay lang to. The cleanest hands are my own. Yung mga ganon-ganon lang. So,
Boys are usually like that.
so the cleanest hands are my own. So,
Agree.
hindi naman okay na okay, di ba? Parang sabi ko lang, kasi ako yung naging tribute sa house. Ako yung lalabas for grocery. And
Pare-pareho tayo.
And we still although 1 month more than a month ata kaming hindi report to work, like physically work from home lang, pero nung medyo it lightened up, pumapasok na rin sa office, so I'm exposed, I go out. Pero nung una parang okay lang, but just recently, feeling ko like 2 weeks ago, when suddenly something, wala, hindi ko siya iniisip. Hindi naman ako sa hindi nagsistay informed, pero I don't listen to the news masyado. Yung update lang, okay, so ganito, like 100,000, so okay, so oh wow, okay, ganyan. Pero there's this one day nagising ako na parang I don't want to do anything. Hindi, alam mo yung pag tinatamad ka lang, pero this is different eh. Sabi ko, I message yung mga kasama ko sa office, J. Paul, John, sabi ko, okay lang ba mag-work from home lang today? Sabi niya, okay, sure. Tapos, I usually handle I go to the warehouse ng office number, although hindi naman siya masyado matagal. And I do it a lot before. Pero, may isang araw na gagawin ko yun, I'm scared doing it. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako, wala naman ako masyadong kakausapin na tao. Just give a paper, balik ako sa kotse ko, mag-aantay ako. Pag kumaway na sila, tsaka ako lang ulit lalabas. But that day, mayroong araw na parang I don't want to do that. Parang sabi ko, okay, what's happening? Parang, and hindi rin ako nakapag-workout 1 week. Kasi ayokong gawin. Kasi parang, I don't want to go out. Ayoko hindi ko siya na-feel. And then, sabi ko, okay, what's happening? So, una binabrush off ko lang kasi I've had dealings with anxiety and stress din before, pero sa akin, that's nothing. Ano lang to, tinatamad lang talaga ako. Pero nung sinabi mo nga, acknowledge, what I did was, sinabi ko na, sige, maybe it got to me. Kasi una, inisip natin, parang wala lang eh. But eventually, it got to me na parang, okay, tinamaan na rin yata talaga ako. Kasi, siguro ang thought that lingered to me was, nag-rapid test for just be sure, ni-require nung isa naming client. So all of us had to undergo rapid test. So siguro isa rin yon na inisip ko, okay, what if positive ako doon? So ano yun? It means na-expose ko na yung buong family ko. So pati sila, damay-damay na. Unlike, hindi naman kasi ako mag-isa lang sa bahay. So actually it's more of that eh. Yun ang naisip ko talaga na sige kung ako lang mag-isa, okay. Pero hindi, nadamay mo yung family mo eh. Siguro it's that eh. And then I'm kind of exposed then because I'm handling documents, mga resibo. Hindi mo naman masasanitize yun, spray mo alcohol yun. So, 'di ba? So,
Lagot kay Kuya J. Paul.
Diba? So, tas inuwi ko pa siya sa bahay. So okay, so sometimes okay, inisip ko, okay. So, I could have exposed some of my family members. So, parang ganun eh. So, bigla ko na lang siyang na-feel. It comes and goes. Minsan okay, minsan hindi. Pero in-acknowledge ko na siya. I told people about it na parang nakaka-feel yata ako ng anxiety because I guess tinamaan ako. Kasi before, sabi mo nga, say, boys are like that. Minsan macho-machuan tayo, hindi, wala to. Ano lang to. Parang di-deny mo ng konti. Pero, pag in-acknowledge mo na, it's a start eh. Kasi pag in-acknowledge mo na, alam mo nang meron ka nun, and you have to do something about it. Diba? Parang ganun siya.
Yeah.
But it's
super
tough.
interesting.
Mahirap siya. Diba? And, sabi ko, it comes and goes. Minsan okay lang. Pero minsan, okay, ba't parang kinakabahan ako lumabas nga. It comes and goes.
True.
How about you, Mark?
Ang ganda ng kwento mo kasi ako meron din akong experience sa ganyan eh. Actually, two instances. One, 'di ba work from home tayo for the longest time, as in super longest time talaga. But ang nangyari nung only time na pumunta ako ng opisina, na-expose ako sa COVID positive.
Uy.
Seryoso talagang, oh my gosh, talagang kinabahan ako, not for me but for my family kasi my mom is senior citizen. She is a cancer survivor. She also has a high blood. And alam mo talaga eh, sari-sari sickness. So it's kind of alam mo yun, nakakatakot siya. Sobrang nakakatakot na I message J. Paul nga, alala ko yun. I'm not worried about myself, but I'm worried about my family. I'm super worried. So doon agad yung anxiety, doon lumalabas lahat ng mga yung mga fear at saka yung gulo sa utak ko eh. But I was able to do quarantine here at my room, 14 days. It was successful, good. So naayos ko na siya. So back to normal ulit. Then just recently, kasi nga dahil 6 months na tayo eh, going into this thing eh, I got this very big anxiety attack recently. As in, feeling ko sobrang haba na ng tulog ko, pero 2 oras pa lang akong tulog. And then I try to sleep. I try to sleep talaga. Ay ko, Lord, sige na, patulogin mo ako. Pero alam mo, may fear sa puso mo because of what's gonna happen today, in the future, with your finances, with your family, with your health. Pag lumalabas ako, anong nangyayari sa akin? Anong pwedeng mangyari sa family ko, especially with my mom. So, sobrang yun yung natakbo sa isip ko. And I think it's perfectly normal that we acknowledge it that we're feeling that way. Ang ganda ng sinabi ni Xylene kanina, yung we cannot control what we cannot control. Pero ang magandang sabihin din doon, we can control what we can control.
Yun.
Diba? We cannot control what we cannot control, but yes, we can control what we can control. Kasi yun yung naging mantra ko. So yeah, Kim,
So
breaking
with
news.
with that, actually, since we mentioned earlier na hindi tayo makakapagbigay ng advice because we're just going to speak based on experience. But nakapag-invite tayo ng pwede magbigay ng advice. Okay? So, our dear friends, nakapag-invite po kami ng celebrity guest.
Yan, celebrity yan.
Ang maganda dito, love tayo nito. Kasi kahit celebrity siya, hindi tayo sinigil ng talent fee.
Ano to? Lumalabas to every Sunday night, pare.
Oo nga, mapapanood nyo siya sa
Kapuso mo,
Jessica Soho. And recently, sa Star Magic pa. Alam ko, artistahin tong taong to. Artistahin to. Pero hindi siya artista. He's a doctor. He's a psychologist. No? So, celebrity doctor. No? So tawagin na natin. Psychologist. So tawagin na natin siya. He's a good friend of ours. No?
Yeah.
Natin to. Brother natin to. Radical brother natin to, si celebrity doctor, Dr. Jhon Carandang.
Hello guys, grabe kayo. Kinabahan ako doon sa sinasabi niyo. Una sa lahat, hindi po ako celebrity.
Stahin, di ba? Pero Doc, thank you for
nag-iinarte lang ako, hindi ako artistahin, nag-iinarte.
Doc, thank you po sa pagbigay ng time. Alam ko, napaka-busy mo. And actually, hindi namin, medyo surprised na nakapunta ka kasi sabi mo busy ka. Pero thank you sa pagpaunlak.
Oo naman, sinabi niyo naman.
Di ba? And very short notice, kahapon ko lang yata in-invite si Doc.
Yan.
Tapos nakala ko ngayon yun.
Pero yes, Doc, kasi we're Doc Jhon, no, we're talking about anxiety, especially yung this time of pandemic. And a lot of people are probably encountering it right now, na-feel. Kaming tatlo, we're sharing na we experience it right now. Yung may fear ka na minsan hindi mo alam saan nanggagaling. Although we recognize that it's because of the situation. Pero minsan talagang out of nowhere, parang ako nagising lang ako . Never ko naman siyang iniisip talaga na okay, ang daming tao may sakit. Hindi ako nag-overload sa news nang mayat maya nagtitingin ako, meron na dito sa ganitong barangay. And then, meron na rin malapit sa amin. And I'm not doing that Pero it just hit me. Talagang tinamaan ako na parang kinakabahan yata ako lumabas. And natatakot akong So, anong pwede mong masabi sa ganun, Doc? Anong insights mo sa ganung klaseng nararamdaman ng mga tao?
Well, to be honest, totoo naman yung nararamdaman natin na nakakatakot lumabas. Simply because we are not used to this virus. I mean, we've been a lot of crises like floods, typhoon, earthquakes, fire, di ba? So, we are very, kumbaga, alam na natin yan kumbaga parang kaya natin, sandali lang yan. But this time, the virus, the pandemic per se, in particular, is uncertain. Bakit? Wala I mean, we don't know kung sino yung reliable source. Kasi because of the social media, there are a lot of people speaks that they are expert about this. Some people will say, this should be the guidelines, pero hindi effective. Puro trial ng error. So the mindset of the Filipinos or people per se is, okay, sige, tingnan natin, baka yun na makaano. And then it added another anxiety simply because ang dami na wala ng trabaho. Ang daming nagkasakit, ang daming namatay. And nakita natin dito yung, wow, hindi to birong virus. This is it. So, hindi na to biro talaga. So, ang dami ng mga negative thoughts na pumapasok sa'yo that somehow logical, some are, probably nag-overthink ka na. So, kumbaga parang ano tayo parang wire lang yung mind natin. I'll just give you an example na bago dumating yung pandemic, ganito kaayos yung wire. Okay? Ganito kaayos yung brain natin. Pero nung dumating yung pandemic, gulo-gulo na. So, ang dami na natin mga negative thoughts. Ngayon, the only way para maayos natin yung thoughts natin at this point in time is we have to identify kung ano yung mga triggering factors o ano yung mga things na anxious sa'yo. Kasi we cannot control the virus. It's beyond our control. Kahit sabihin mo maligo ka ng alcohol, if the virus attacks you, talagang it's the reality, di ba? Pero ano yung mga nagtitrigger sa inyo na nahihirapan ka maging resilient o mag-move on or to continue to live in a normal life? So you have to identify the triggering factor. So in order for you to identify your triggering factor, you have to go back to the roots. Ano ba yung pinagmumulan ng takot? And then pag nakuha mo na yung pinaka-root, then you have to get that and then try to fix it again and again para pagdating dito na naging maayos na ulit yung wire mo, yung brain mo, you can think well, you can work well, you can relate well. So, andyan na yung papasok na kahit may virus, resilient ka. Kahit may virus, mentally healthy ka. Kahit may virus o pandemic, you can still cope. Kasi you can live normal life eh. You can still work naman. Diba? Pero ito nakakatakot. Work from home na tayo. Akala natin we are asking for work from home. And it's what's good before. It was really good. Kasi parang you have your free time, freedom, diba? You can go to coffee shops and do your personal stuff there. You can do your business there. Pero ngayon hindi eh. Nakakonfine ka sa isang kwarto, sa isang room, na hindi mo akalain yung work from home, hindi mo na ma-differentiate yung work from home at being at home. And yet, there was a mindset in our mind, okay, in ourselves na your home is your sanctuary. It's a place where you can relax, you can find time with your loved ones, you can have time to rest. But this time, your work now is your office. Yung office mo, stressor. Okay? So, parang bang hindi mo na nakikita yung bahay mo as a sanctuary of relaxation. Nagiging na rin siya. A way of, sana, parang, ano ba yan? Malas naman ito. So, again, nagiging negative ang mindset natin. So, nagsisira na rin yung relationship mo with your colleagues. Not only to your colleagues, also to your loved ones. Dati, sa office, pag galit ka, punta ka lang sa table mo, and then, pag-uwi mo, okay ka na. Pero ngayon, pag galit ka sa Zoom meeting mo, darating yung kamag-anak mo, displacement. Okay, di-displace mo yung galit. Pero di ba tumahimik muna kayo, bibisit ako. And then, ano nangyari? Hindi tatalo. Tayo pa rin. Ang gulo. Kaya, nakaka-add na rin yung fear natin at stress natin na hindi pala effective ang work from home. Dadadag pa dyan yung mga online classes. Diba? So, kung mayroon kayong mga kapatid na nag-online classes, o kaya may makasama na rin sa fees na mother, tapos nag-work from home, the same time nag-online class, my goodness, hindi na nasa-separate yung pagiging parent niya, yung pagiging employee o businessman niya, at yung pagiging teacher sa anak niya. So, again and again, it added stress. Yun ang problema ngayon sa pandemic. Hindi na virus lang. Hindi na yung how to protect yourself from virus. Yeah. How you will maintain your mental health in the midst of this pandemic. It's really gonna be another. Sabi nga namin sa mga expert, the next pandemic is not COVID-20. Kasi COVID-19, COVID-20 is not COVID-20. It's mental health issues. Kaya sabi niya, ni Mark, ang daming anxiety. So, tumadami na ngayon ang may mental health issues. For what reason? They are not able to cope. They were not able to work productively, and they cannot able to contribute for his or her community. Kasi kapag hindi mo nagawa yan, tatlong yan, then mental health issues comes in. So, the worst scenario, pwede ka magkaroon ng mental health disorder. Yun ang pinaka-problema. At hindi dapat natin maiwa. Hindi dapat mangyari yun sa bawat isa sa atin. Kasi it gonna be affects the entire system. Kung gaano mo pinangangalagaan ang iyong physical health, we take vitamins C with zinc just to boost our immune system, right? Para hindi tayo matake sa virus. We have also to prioritize our mental health. Kasi kapag mataas ang ating immune system, okay, and we can sleep well, our mental health also good. Pero may mga times na pinababayaan natin yung mental health, kaya yung kahit anong inom mo, kahit anong gain mo, babagsak din yung iyong physical health. Like for instance, sleep. Akala natin, basta magtrabaho tayo sa bahay, okay lang. Pero kaya minsan hindi na nakakatulog yung mga tao. And kapag kulang sa tulog ng tao, then physically, babagsak. But even the mental aspect, pwede rin bumagsak. Nade-develop yung insomnia. At kapag may insomnia, ang dami ng mga underlying factors. So, it affects everything. Kaya kailangan ng work-life balance or home-life balance, ika nga. Kasi lahat yan is all about it's all about health. It's all about health. Whether it is physical health, mental health, it's all about life. It's all about life talaga.
Actually, ganda na sinabi ni
Grabe si
ganda na sinabi ni Jhon.
Kaya favorite ni Jessica Soho to si Doc eh.
Oo nga eh.
Ibang klase.
Kala mo lang, no? Meron lang akong may idiot board lang ako doon sa may teleprompter lang ako doon sa kabila.
Hindi, pero nakaka-relate.
Totoo.
Kasi diba, dati, pag stress ka sa office, gusto mong umuwi. Paano ngayon? Nasa bahay ka lang. Saan ka pupunta?
Okay. Actually, maganda experience siya kasi a couple of days ago, ang daming nangyari sa office. Tapos pagbaba ko during lunchtime, yung kapatid ko inaasar ako, sobrang agit na ako. Ano ba? Nagagalit na ako dati. Pwede kong i-event out sa opisina o dito sa bahay talaga. Yeah, so it's super relatable with what Dr. Jhon has been saying. And yun nga, Dr. Jhon, before you came in pala, Xylene was sharing about her anxiety, especially frontliner siya. So, what advice can you give, especially to frontliners, to hope to deal up with anxiety, especially with this situation sa pandemic siya? She goes to 24 hours duty and then she goes back to her family. So, I think we needed someone para insights from you how we can cope up with that anxiety kapag frontliner ka or lagi kang nasa labas.
Correct. Kasi kailangan magandang ating coping mechanism, Well, to be honest, lahat tayo vulnerable dyan. Okay? Nagkataon lang siguro ako, psychologist. Kaya akala nyo, hindi ako nagkakaroon ng anxiety. Pero in reality, possible din ako magkaroon ng anxiety. Ang maganda lang kasi sa akin, I can cope. Kay Xylene, she can work. Pero kapag dumating na anxiety, parang tabula rasa, parang blank sheet. Sandali, anong gagawin ko? Yun ang problema ngayon. Pero it's okay. It's okay kasi we have to identify kung how do we cope. Tanong ko lang kay Xylene, Tay, paano ka nag-cope nung nagkakaroon ka ng anxiety attack? Para doon ako papasok sa how do you deal with anxiety.
Doc, the first thing was that I acknowledge the feeling of anxiety. And then I opened up to someone because I'm not really used to sharing my feelings to people. So that really helped me. And then the friend was trying to console me. And so it really helped. That helped for me.
Correct. And that's very basic. Acknowledging the negative feelings, but do not dwell with them. Kasi akala natin, okay, pag may anxiety tayo, okay, pwede natin sabihin pero sometimes, or most of the time, we dwell on that negative feelings. And it will not also help kasi parang naging slave ka. So, how to cope? As simple as letter C-O-P-E. Yan. Lecture na tayo. First, you have to create your passion. Okay? You have to be creative at all the times. Kumbaga, ano yung bagay na gusto mo kapag gustong-gusto mong gawin? Okay? Enhance your creativity. Example, kasi ako, psychologist ako. So, pero siyempre, ayoko lahat lagi magka-counseling. So, what I do is, I watch movies or I read books. Okay, so create your passion. So, ito yung pwedeng kapag medyo natatakot ako o natatakot tayo sa text o sa group, dati, di ba, tuwan-tuwa tayo sa Zoom, no? Ngayon, kapag nagbigay na yung boss natin ng link, naku po, Diyos ko, Panginoon ko, wala, di ba? Takot na tayo. Di ba? Aminin natin sa hindi. Aminin natin sa hindi. Talagang stressful yung Zoom link na yan. Pero minsan, okay, isipin mo lang na yun lang ba kaya mong gawin, yung work mo. Kasi baka mamaya, marami ka pang alam na kaya mong gawin na passionate ka, na hindi mo lang ginagawa kasi hindi mo na-discover na yun pala ay makakatulong sa'yo. Okay? So, meron ako dito kasamahan na doktor, kasi I live in a dormitory. So, most of us are doctors, nurses, teacher. So, we are in a dormitory. So, ang ginagawa niya, kumakanta siya. And when I asked him, Doc, bakit ka kumakanta? I'm very passionate in singing. Kasi nakaka-stress. And that's really good. Sabi ko, why not to record that? Para no need. So, it means that every time na nagkakaroon siya ng fear, or every time na na-stress siya, he can sing. He will sing. Okay, that's his passion. Letter O, open your mind to new opportunities. So, mean to say, baka kasi, yun lang ang alam mong trabaho. Baka pwedeng makakuha ka muna ng networks. Like, for instance, kasi wala tayong peace ngayon So, ang nangyayari kasi, di ba, minsan outlet natin yung peace, yung LG. Pero minsan kasi, di ba, nauumay tayo. Tayo lang naman din. Di ba? So, hindi naman sinasabi natin, ayaw natin magkita-kita. Pero minsan kasi, wala nang ibang na pag-uusapan kundi business, spirituality. Baka kasi, pwede mo rin namang isipin yung iba mo pang talent na ito yung magiging opportunity mo to earn, to opportunity for you to learn. Okay? Example. Nakakatakot kasi ako personally mag-hospital. Talaga nakakatakot. Nagkataon na dahil busy ako sa social media, people ask me if I can do telemedicine, online counseling. And I make use, okay, the social media as my tool, as an opportunity for me to earn. Okay? To earn. Kasi, dati, dapat nasa loob lang tayo, nasa hospital ako, nasa clinic. Pero this is the opportunity. Or, ngayon, sinisip ko, paano makaka-gain more knowledge? Dati, umaattend ako ng seminar. And yet, now, during the ECQ, ang dami muna akong inattend ng webinars from abroad. At I invest a lot. And now, after the ECQ, naging GCQ, ako na ngayon yung resource person ng mga webinars. So, it is an opportunity na hindi ko nakikita na pwede ito naging coping ko, na instead na mag-dwell na nakakatakot sa labas o nakakatakot sa kwarto, gumawa ako ng panibagong oportunidad or naghanap ako ng oportunidad. Kaya nga minsan ginagawa namin ng kapatid natin si Vernon lahat naman nag-online selling Sinasabi ko lahat naman may nag-online selling sa akin, hindi ako makakabili kasi I don't need that, but please send me and I will share it. So that is another opportunity na pwedeng kumita rin ako. Kaya pag nag-share ako o nag-endorse ako ng product, bigyan mo ko ng product para makalibre ako. Parang simple ganun lang. It's another opportunity. Right? kaya hindi ako pwedeng humawak ng isang product mo na hindi mo ako babayaran, or bibigyan mo ako ng product mo at saan lagay ko sa Facebook yan. It's another opportunity. Okay, letter P, okay, know your purpose. Okay, okay, how do you know your purpose? Sabi nga sa ating radical brother, you have to know, identify our potential and your passion. Okay, and what is our potential? Diba, the things that we like to do. Okay, or what the things that we know. Diba? Example, we are good in singing, we are good in preaching, so that's our potential. And this time, okay, itong ginagawa natin, Usapang Life, okay, is helping others to find their meaning, to find their purpose. So ikaw, kapag na-appreciate ka, okay, gagawa ka na maraming vlogs, maraming online platform, virtual rooms, kasi na-appreciate ka, na-affirm ka, and you find it good. And that's your purpose in life, and that's your meaning in life. Okay? Kaya, tiyatanong ako lagi, bakit hindi raw ako nagpapabayad? Simply because this is my purpose, to share my advocacy, and I'm happy. So once you become happy, okay, nagiging fulfilled. And you can be grateful also. Kasi nga, hindi ka lang dapat happy. You should be grateful. Why? Happiness will not teach you to be grateful, but gratefulness will teach you how to be happy. If you are grateful enough to ano ba na matatanggap mo, nakikita mo, you tend to be happy. And then the mental health issues, okay, or problem, madali mo na siyang parang bagyo. Dadaan lang yan. Pero hindi siya makakasira. Okay? Because you know your purpose, you are very grateful, and you are very happy. And letter E, empower yourself. Okay? Empower yourself. How to empower yourself? There are only two things that you can do, that you can choose. To get up or to give up. Diba? Kung give up naman, hindi talo. To get up, that's good. Kaya nga sabi sa isang commercial, dapat nga bayaran ako ng commercial nito eh. Pero hindi ko babanggitin ang produkto. May kanta siya eh. May tanong siya, para kanino ka bumabangon? Diba? Tapos bigla niya kinanta, pabangon tayo. Diba? Ang ganda ng commercial. Ang tanong mo lagi sa buhay mo, if you want to, to live a very fruitful life in this pandemic, you have to empower yourself. Tatanungin mo lagi sa sarili mo, para kanino ka bumabangon? Diba, Kimi, para kanino ka bumabangon? Mark, para kanino ka bumabangon? Tybe, para kanino ka bumabangon? Tapos, ang ating mantra is, babangon tayo. Kasi pag yun, pinili mo, then, everything will go positively. Okay? Na-acknowledge mo yung negative feelings mo, totoo naman, nakakatakot, pero hindi ka nag-dwell doon. Never ka nag-dwell. Dumaan lang. And it's not easy na makaramdam ka ng anxiety. The next time na magkakaroon ka na ng problems, hindi na anxiety, hindi ka mahihirapan. You become more resilient. Kasi yun ang napaka-importante at this point in time, to be resilient. Yung katatagan ng loob, yung bounce back. Kaya nga nakita ko yung mga iba nating mga ka-fister na wala ng trabaho for quite some time. Tapos, andyan yung gourmet, yung Ibarra, naku, kay Arvin, naku, gusto ko binanggit yung pangalan nun. Arvin, ano nga ba, apelido nun? Yung kanyang Ibarra ba yun? Tapos yung bake sushi ni Sister Happy, naku, nabanggit ko na, no? Ano pa ba? Ano pa yung mga, yung tuna, yung salmon, yung tuna ni Brother Joseph, naku, mga binabanggit
DJ
yan.
Bones.
No. Ito yung mga taong na nakahanap ng magandang opportunity, 'di ba? Na hindi lang kumbaga they able to share at the same time na fulfill yung needs. And lahat to, it's a blessing, it's a good thing. Kaya pag meron tayong FOD market, tama ba 'yon? Tama ba yung
Yeah. Marketplace, yeah. Oh.
Marketplace, yeah. Every time na nakikita ko 'yon, natutuwa ako kasi nadadivert yung attention ng tao. Nadadivert yung attention mo kasi nagagawa mo yung gusto mo. At the same time, napapasaya mo yung tao, at the same time, nagiging productive ka, at the same time, you earn, at the same, kumbaga, ang daming positive thoughts na pumapasok. Kaya it's a very good thing ginagawa natin dito. Kasi, sino pa ba magtutulungan kundi tayo-tayo lang. Diba? Uulitin ko yung tanong. Sana mabigyan ako ng libreng endorsement. Para kanyo tayo bumabangon. Diba?
Pare, sa lahat ng episodes natin ng Usapang Life, ngayon lang ako natahimik. Kasi sobrang ganda na sinabi ni Jhon. Sobrang ganda.
Salamat. So, hindi, may pinaguhugutan lang ako. No? Oo. Gusto ko kasi makatikim ng mga product nila.
Pero,
sana nakatulong ako.
Of course, no? Salamat sa pagpunta, no? And kayo ni Xylene is very, very helpful to us tonight, no? And sana ma-invite namin kayo ulit next time. Pero, as much as gusto namin, extend pa to ng 2 pang oras. Pero
2 oras? Wait lang.
Pero talagang
yung yung talent ko may Gcash ako, alam mo naman yan, ha.
Pag may sponsor na kami, Doc.
Oy,
nakakalimang episode na tayo. Actually, Jhon, may mga sponsors akong binabanggit noon eh. Kaso, hindi pa nila ako pinapakinggan pero hindi ko nagagawin yun. Basta panoorin nyo na yung mga first few episodes. Pero anyway, I think, ang ganda, Kim, no? Ang ganda nung, the discussion. Kasi, we discussed it with Sai kanina and how she deals with it. And then, ang ganda nung affirmative answer ni Dr. Jhon about how to deal with it. And ang ganda nung no explaining about coping talaga. I think that's the best way when it comes to dealing with anxiety. Na hindi aalis tong virus na to anytime sooner. So ang ganda nung pivoting niya, how we can adjust to it and then how we can overcome it. Kaya ganda nga sobrang akma na we're here in the Overcomer Academy.
Yes.
We're talking about life. And sobrang ganda Ang ganda nung nung entrada As in, it is a great divine intervention talaga with what's happening right now. Na we hear it from us ordinary people with a frontliner in Xylene and also from the expert. Yeah.
The expert, a pro, no?
Okay, so kaya kung titingnan natin yung pandemic.
Oo.
Kaya pag tinignan natin yung pandemic, na dalawa, kung ang tingin natin sa pandemic ay threat, is negative. Pag tinignan natin yung pandemic as an opportunity, ang dami natin magagawang maganda. It will become positive. Kaya, tingin ko dito, opportunity Oo. Katulad yan, ang ganda ng exposure ko. Kita mo, 30 minutes exposure.
Just Lord.
Ganda yan.
Oo,
tapos libre pa. Tapos mamaya, binanggit ko, meron na tayong sponsor.
Malay mo, bigla na lang tayong tawagan nun, di ba?
Oo nga, di ba?
Oo.
Pero yun nga, Doc, na salamat sa oras na binigay mo. And we'd like to give this opportunity kay Xylene and sa'yo to give a message or to tell everyone kung paano, how to reach you. Sai, can you give a message sa ating mga viewers?
Okay. So thank you, Overcomer Academy, and also to Doc Jhon. That was very, very helpful. And I could actually attest to it, pero I wasn't able to identify it. Kasi it really helped me. That's why I started to do social media management again to small businesses. So it was during the pandemic na bumalik ako dun sa ganong service. So I consider it as more of a passion. That's why siguro din nakatulong na during this time, medyo nai-ease yung anxiety ko kasi nga the diversion of the attention is really helpful. So thank you, Doc. And basically that's it. So my if ever you have questions, my Instagram and my Twitter account is flashed there. So thank you.
So,
Dr. Jhon Carandang.
Sa mga viewers, si Xylene po is taken na po yan. So, ibang question ang pwedeng
ang ganda ng banat mo doon. Tama.
Maraming fans yan. Okay. So, si Doc naman, ito isa pang maraming fans. Doc, ano pong message mo and paano nila ikaw makausap? How will they reach you kung kailangan nila professional help? So,
Okay, tandaan natin na ito na yung sabi na natin final message ko. Yung sinabi ni John Bosco, an idle mind is a workshop of evil. Kapag wala kang ginagawa, ang dami mo naiisip ng hindi maganda. So keep yourself busy. Tapos gusto ko sabihin yung sinabi ng three idiots. Patagalugin ko sana eh. Three idiots. Yung all is well. All is well. Kaya kapag nahihirapan ka, just take a deep breath and then look up the sky and then just say to yourself, John, all is well, so that you can able to, to validate the feeling. Now, you can reach me naman dyan sa Facebook ko, Jhon Carandang RPsy, or you can like and share and follow my Carandang Institute para kung ay paano, doon tayo mag-usap ng matino. Kasi dito sa Facebook ko, hindi matino yan. But anyway, I can, mahirap na. So that if you want to, to inspire every morning or once in a while, may mga videos ako doon, may mga quotable quotes, para kahit paano pang-boost ba ng self-esteem o self-confidence na, may pag-asa. Huling tanong, para kanino ka bumabangon? Sagutin nyo yan mamaya-maya, bago kayo matulog.
Pare,
Grabe.
ang ganda nung ending ni John kasi our topic is all about breathe in, breathe out. And ang ganda nung sinabi niya na parang every time that we feel something, you just breathe in and breathe out and say all is well. Ang ganda bro. Sobrang thank you.
Kinote pa niya si Don Bosco. Bosconian tayong dalawa. Yung boyfriend niya na si Jude, Bosconian din yun. So talagang...
Oo. Align, man.
Bosconian to. Frustrated Bosconian to.
Yeah, ang galing.
Solid.
Ito lang ating episode na na hindi ako madaling madaldal at nakinig lang talaga ako.
Nakinig lang talaga ako ngayon.
Oh, ganda. Sayang we wanted to extend this further but gumagabi na and long weekend. But I guess we can invite Xylene again soon and
yes,
especially Dr. Jhon. Yeah, Dr. Jhon on a separate discussion.
Okay. Oo naman.
Yeah. So, anytime wag lang masiraan ng internet.
Yung internet yung problema natin.
Oo.
Yeah.
Enjoy natin yung mga Star Magic clients ni Dr.
Oo nga eh. Pakilala mo kami sa mga artista.
Pero again,
actually sa kabilang room sila.
Okay.
Sa kabilang room sila. Gusto mo? I-hook natin.
Soon.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Anyway, on behalf of our topic Usapang Live, we'd like to thank Doc Jhon Carandang and Miss Xylene Sangco for joining us tonight. Sa mga viewers natin, you can watch the replay in a bit. And Mark, mayroon din tayong podcast, di ba?
Yeah, so after this, we'll upload this on podcast where podcast is available. It can be on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, or any podcast that you can think of. So yeah, and also in YouTube, just search #Usapang Live. You will be able to see this.
So my dear overcomers, thank you for watching us. Nag-extend kami ng konti. Grabe, sobrang tindi. I hope everyone who listened and who watched may natutunan. And see you again next time. So this week, medyo maaga tayong konti pero we'll let you know if we're going to adjust the schedule. Pero salamat po sa lahat na nanonood. Thank you again, Doc Jhon and Xylene. Mark, thank you.
Salamat, Kim.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Alam ko
long weekend. Long weekend.
Di ba? So samantalihin natin yon and have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. God bless.
Bye.